Vector. Vector means which carries something. For example, mosquito is a vector. So similarly, in genetic engineering, that particular DNA molecule which carries the another DNA. So it also carries something. So denoted as a vector. But general name is vector. Genetically we are calling plasmids. Called plasmids. Plasmids means three important characteristics are needed for this. Which DNA is a plasmid, or either any DNA become a plasmid, become a vector. Three important characteristics is essential. Number one, the vector have origin of replication. This is the first basic characteristics of the plasmid. Number two, second characteristics is selectable marker. So this is another characteristics of plasmids. Third one is at least one unique restriction endonuclease site are essential for the given DNA become a plasmid. So these three important parameters essential for any DNA or any given DNA become a plasmids. One is origin of replication, second one is selectable marker, third one is restriction endonuclease. Suppose among these, origin of replication is absent, or selectable marker is absent, or restriction site is absent, means the vector is not complete. So we are not calling the vector. That is as a DNA. Yes, simple DNA. That's all. So these characteristics are essential for the DNA which carries the another DNA from one place to another place. Plasmid means already you know that something. My question is, what purpose the plasmid DNA present in the bacteria or yeast? Because it's not essential for bacterial growth or bacterial life. But it's involved the production, just like a immune system. So we have immune system to play production from antigens or something. Similarly, bacteria have some production system. So the plasmid to play that role. Plasmids to produce the production of the bacteria from some external or other factors. For example, a severe alkaline condition, severe acidic condition, or a nutrition deprivation condition, or manipulation. For example, growth condition. So some conditions are the bacteria to be exposed. So that time the bacteria to protect ourselves due to the presence of the particular plasmid in the cell. Okay. So that's why we are calling extra chromosomal DNA, but it's not involved the growth or any metabolism or anything. So it's have some special characteristics is antibiotic resistance. It is the major behavior of plasmids. So this behavior present in the plasmid is useful for genetic engineering. And also sometimes plasmids are pensable. That means pensable means it's not essential for cell growth or cell division. So only involve the production activity from the external environment of the host. Certain under certain condition. Certain condition. Certain condition means you try to imagine. Okay. This antibiotic resistance behavior of the plasmid is useful for us to construct the recombinant plasmid DNA or genetic engineering activities. How means? The antibiotic resistant gene, a particular DNA or segment of DNA present in the plasmid, simply called part of the plasmid, is denoted as antibiotic resistant gene. That gene to involve certain condition, he produced some protein. The protein name is antibiotic resistant protein. The protein to degrade the particular antibiotics present in the medium or in the given condition. Usually, antibiotics are kill the bacteria. Yes, usually. But under certain condition, the bacteria are able to grow to survive for that condition. So it produces a protein. The protein to degrade the antibiotics, so it can survive presence of the antibiotics. So these are major points which we have. And also, the antibiotic resistant gene, very simple, powerful, used for selection method. So one additional behavior is there. So that's why we are this character is important in the plasmid. Okay. Next, classification of plasmids. We know that plasmids are many types. Conjugative plasmid, non-conjugative plasmid, F plasmid, Schall plasmid, Rubisco plasmid. So number of plasmids are there. But we are only select the conjugative plasmid for genetic engineering. Why? Because conjugative plasmids have some special characteristics, right? I already told you, all conjugative plasmids have some special unique characteristics are called tra gene means transferable gene or mobile gene or mobilizing gene. So these two genes are there in the plasmids. So if the two genes are present in the plasmids, is easily to transfer the one host to another host. So this collective function of these characteristics called conjugative behavior. Okay. Right. Next important properties of the plasmid is, if the plasmid have origin of replication, we know that, yes. And also, using the origin of replication segment of DNA, a gene, the gene to involve maintain the copy number of the plasmid in the cells. Sometimes the origin of replication gene was controlled by weak promoter. So if the origin of replication gene containing weak promoter The given plasmid are easily not maintain the copy number of the plasmid in the host of the particular time or particular condition. If the origin of replication gene have controlled by strong promoter, so the promoter to strongly regulate the origin of replication. So on the origin of replication to maintain the high copy number of the plasmid in the given cell in the given time. Okay, so the high copy number of plasmid which is used for genetic engineering, because we are insert the foreign DNA into the host, so it can easily produce the number of copies in the host cell. That is called cloning. So this additional behavior of the plasmid related to origin of replication, otherwise called number of copy number, or sometimes called number of copies or copy number. Otherwise turnover number, sometimes called turnover number of the plasmid. Both are same. So if the plasmid, we are choosing the plasmid have must have high copy number behavior. So it's essential characteristic of the plasmid. Okay. Sometimes the plasmid not maintain the copy number. That plasmid is called low copy number plasmid. So the origin of replication, the control of DNA replication is stringent. Stringent means very low. Very low means the controlled by another factor. For example, inducer or repressor, some proteins are involved. So related to the expression, rate of gene expression, related to control of DNA replication, related to copy number maintenance. Okay. But high copy number plasmids, the origin of replication containing plasmid. So that promoter is a strong promoter. That promoter controlled by beautiful, available, induced. So it's maintaining the high copy number. The copy number of the plasmid is very important in the cloning. Some bodies are not known. How means? Actually, cloning procedure is very toughest procedure. Yes, we know that. But we have successfully transformed the recombinant DNA plasmid into the host, and we select the recombinant. Okay, the process is over. Cloning is over. After selection of the recombinant plasmid and the recombinant cells, which is used for fermentation and for the particular protein production or whatever it is, after transformation, after selection, the transformed recombinant DNA always maintain the copy number of the plasmid in the transformed host. Suppose when the transformed recombinant plasmid is not maintained in the host, the plasmid is going to degrade our plasmid curing. It's a very, very big issue in the genetic cloning. Some plasmids are cured. So, for example, if you are transferred into E. coli lifetime is very short. Very, very short. Even 20 minutes. 20 minutes the E. coli cell divided into another cell. So, that time, the same time the plasmids copy numbers are maintained. So, 1 million of generation, after that, the recombinant cells lose the plasmid, the process called plasmid curing. So, the copy number is very important. The gene cloning, so kept in mind. It's not an easy way, very important. Because the extra chromosomal DNA, not recombinant in the chromosome, genome. In the extra chromosomal DNA, so it easily cured because it's very single stranded DNA, very small size of DNA. Okay. It is not dependent on the post chromosomal DNA replication. So the example of the plasmid is BBR322. It's a famous plasmid, very basic plasmid, and very liable laboratory-based plasmid. We are also having the PBR322. So in the PBR322 have a selectable marker, origin of replication, and restriction sites, and also easily transfer in the E. coli. But a small disadvantages of the PBR322 is it's carry only the approximately 10 kb size of the DNA. So that is the very disadvantages of PBR322. Okay. BBR322 is a suitable vector for E. coli cloning. E. coli cloning. So after his invention, the author name is Bolivar and Rodriguez. So this two authors to combine together and construct the PBR322 in the University of California, Herbert Boyer Laboratory. Laboratory of Herbert Boyer. Not this is a scientist name, this is a laboratory name. Herbert Boyer Laboratory, situated in Davis, London. Sorry, California. Let's come to. So this is a circular double-stranded PBR322 DNA. So molecular size of the DNA is 4.361 and 4.3 kb, 4,361 base pairs. It's a basic genetic engineering vector, but it have restriction, that means antibiotic resistant gene. Example, tetracycline resistant gene. Here is ampicillin resistant gene. And one more gene is there, but not used for us, is used for some purpose. It's not mentioned ourselves. And also origin of replication, and also multiple cloning site. So the three behaviors are present in the PBR322. Especially some basic, for example, PST1, PST1, SAL1, the PDU11, for example, this is a blunt end producing restriction enzyme. The SCAR, PST, one more is EcoR1, and also HIND3, BAMH1, and also ZAL1, SAMA1, EcoR1. So these restriction sites are useful for us, especially the three restriction sites are located in the ampicillin resistant gene. If we cut the DNA between the gene is inactivated, we inserted the new DNA into that. So insertional inactivation phenomena, we are cloned the genes. Similarly, suppose we are using the BAMH1 restriction enzyme and cut the DNA inserted into tetracycline resistant genes, so leads to inactivity. Tetracycline resistant gene leads to select the recombinant clones against the presence of tetracycline medium. So in the basic vector have a beautiful restriction site. Basic restriction sites exist. And also one more additional behavior is that in the ampicillin resistant gene, the tetracycline resistant genes are oppositely oriented. So listening carefully. When the origin of replication is start to replicate to here, so the oppositely oriented behavior to help for us. So we learn in detail during the practical cloning experiment. So kept your mind. Why the genes are oppositely oriented? So kept your mind and asked a question. One more is that some EcoR1 and HIND3 restriction sites are present in the non-coding sequences or other sequences away from the antibiotic resistant genes. So these restriction sites are useful for us for restriction mapping purpose. Okay. Then, so the before slide is very complicated PBR322 or ultra structure of PBR322. So this is a very simple way of PBR322. So I already told VST1, PV1, SAL1, UCOR1, HIND3, BAM1. So these are useful restriction sites present in the corresponding antibiotic resistance and margin of replication. Okay. These two genes are act as a selectable marker. This is a that's a detailed PBR322. Same, both are all same, but here very difficult is advanced. For example, P for plasmid, B for Bolivar, R for Rodeo. These two author name. P for stands for plasmid. The 322 stands for number of times the plasmid to be modified. So 322 times the plasmid DNA continuously revised, established. So likewise, for example, newly available PBR 323, 24. So likewise, the plasmids are established. So that time we remove the excess non-coding sequence and reduce the size of the PBR322. The advanced PBR322 are constructed because if the size of the DNA is small, it easily to manipulate the transformation or recombination. If the plasmid size is huge, so the transformation efficiency, recombination efficiency is low. So that purpose, scientists are researchers are reduced the size of the PBR322. Recently, PBR327s are available. So compared to PBR322, 27, only the size of the PBR plasmid size are reduced. This is 4.3, so 4.1 something. So that indicates here, so the segment is reduced. So advanced PBR322. I already told the points. Single, multiple, favorable restriction sites, and also it maintains the full copy number and not tightly linked to cell division, a large copy number maintained, and also presence of ampicillin tetracycline genes, basic vector, mostly widely used vector. So these are the basic behavior features of PBR322. Nearly 440 number of restriction sites are exist in the PBR322, but not are all used in us. Sometimes we are employed for restriction mapping purpose. So we learn in detail. And also autonomous replicating sequence or origin of replication, and also it's obey the incestual inactivation principles. It's very interesting principles. Insertion activation. So if you want additional, so you learn. And also similarly, another principle is there. Name is complementary inactivation. So the insertion activation, complementary inactivations are both very different. So we will learn in future. So this is a picture which indicates how the PPR 322 was constructed. I have already told 322 times are modified. So actually the R1 plasmid from bacteria, the R65 plasmid from other bacteria. So this R65 plasmids having tetracycline gene, the R1 plasmid have amplicillin gene. So scientists have cut the specific segment, joined with the call immunoplasmid. Call immunoplasmid means E. coli plasmid 1. I think this is a first isolated plasmid. So the gene, the call immunoplasmid are isolated from another strain of E. coli. So R1 from one E. coli, R65 another E. coli, so call E1 is another E. coli. So first the amplicillin segment of gene and call joined together using restriction enzyme. So the name is PSF2 2121. And the SF indicates, I don't know the scientist's name. Finally, the plasmid name is PSF 2121. So that plasmid containing only amplicillin restriction genes. Similarly, another plasmid made plasmid SC101. So repeatedly the plasmid get modified, finally fused the PSF2124 and PMP9. So both plasmids are fused. So the restriction sites are tetracycline genes are there, amplicillin genes are there, origin of replication. So finally converted to PPR312. So again it's modified, rearrangement. Again checking unwanted sequences are deleted. Finally converted into PPR322. PPR322. So the CSR examination or another common examination, some questions are asking. So for example, the question asking how. So the amplicillin gene segment of the PPR322 comes from where? Kill option 1, R1, R65, or TNT, or coli. So somebody are asking, so keep your mind, the amplicillin segment came from R1, the tetracycline segment came from R65, and the origin of replication from R6. PM, the origin of replication segment came from plasmid MP1. This is another plasmid from another E. coli strain. So this is a rearrangement synthetic vector. Not natural vector. PPR322 is a synthetic vector. So you actually learn the history. This is I think last slide because time is gone. Okay. This is a plasmid. This is a complementary DNA. Yes, complementary DNA. I've already told. If you are trying to start to cloning procedure, the vector plus the gene of interest are both are treated with the same enzyme. This is a big principle behind the genetic engineering. So both are treated with ECOR1. Finally, it produces sticky ends. They similarly here produces sticky ends. So both sticky ends are complementary each other, and hybridization with the DNA ligase plus Mg2 plus ions and particular hybridization chamber. Okay, finally produced recombinant DNA. Not only recombinant DNA, self-assembled ECOR1 or non-recombinant gene of interest are there. So 3 number of possibilities are there, but same time recombinant DNA also produced. So in the entire mixture transformed into E. coli host. The selection of genetic engineering host is a huge topic, very big topic. Okay, so we are in future we learn how we select the host. Actually, the phenotype is recessive phenotype is selected. Okay. Then a transformed E. coli into cultivated. So every 20 times it's manipulated binary fusion. It produces number of copies of DNA. So if we select the particular recombinant or non-recombinant strain, the corresponding antibiotic medium, the medium containing plus antibiotics. So the antibiotics to kill the bacteria, to kill the recombinant cells, whether the cells have no recombinant plasmid. The antibiotics are killing the transformed cells, whether in absence of plasmid in the transformed cells. So the antibiotics are degraded by the recombinant cells. The recombinant cells have recombinant plasmid, the plasmid producing gene and the gene producing enzyme, and the enzyme to hydrolyze the antibiotic. And finally, the cells are grow when the antibiotic resistant medium selection. So these cells contains recombinant DNA, means specific antibiotics. The antibiotic genes are there, so which is indicated clones. This is a basic strategy of the gene cloning. So please keep your mind this basic principle. Similar like tables, 2 tables, 3 tables, அதே மாதிரி basic விஷயம் kept your mind, don't forget. Same enzyme treatment. So sticky end, hybridization, DNA linkage, MP2 plus, recombinant DNA, DNA insertion or transformation, host, active chromosome, cloning, antibiotic selection, finally purify the recombinant clone genes. This one kind of selection. Another kind of selection is PCR method. PCR method useful for selection of recombinants. Okay, that's all about plasmid, basic cloning vectors.